Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Road to 5,000 weekly giveaway live stream here at Poseidon's Pets. My name is Kyle with Poseidon's Pets, and today we are looking at my mixed Caradina tank, and they are enjoying some food fight from Shrimp Envy. So they are definitely going to go to town with that, and we'll see how long they last in that feeding dish before they fight their way out of it. So hope everybody is doing well today. Everybody is having a great Shrimpy Wednesday, and we will go ahead and emoji bomb for tater salad for all of the gifted memberships last week. But this is our newest shrimp emoji, the potato tater salad, the tater salad potato. But last but not least, we are going to go ahead and do an emoji bomb for all of our members. So thank you to all of my members, to everybody who helps to contribute to the stream, to the giveaways, all of that good stuff. Let's see who we got in here. Got the Jarhead Entrepreneur. TJ, how are you, brother? Hope you're doing well. Too Coolie for Schoolie. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Liquid Rock Aquatics. Welcome. Hope you guys are all doing good. And these guys are going to town. This really is a food fight. So if you are new to my streams, I do weekly giveaways in the anticipation of our road to 5,000 subscribers. So once I hit 5,000 subs, then we are going to be doing a bigger giveaway, going to be giving away some food, some shrimp, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. So once we hit that 5,000 subscribers, we'll announce what the giveaway is, and we'll probably have to do a benchmark. So we'll have to do like 100 people in the stream. Like once we hit 100 people in that stream, then we'll do that big giveaway. But we'll see how it goes. I may just do it once we hit 5,000. But if you guys are new to my channel, haven't been here before, if you like shrimp, if you like me, if you like my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. We only need 103 more subscribers to 5,000. So we're almost there, almost to that 5,000 mark, which you guys are awesome. I can't believe that, there's that many of you out here that want to listen to me ramble about shrimp. So shrimp is definitely a hobby and passion of mine, and I'm glad to be able to share my knowledge as I gain it with you guys, as I kill these shrimp, as I get them breeding, as I do well, as I don't do well. I can tell you all the ups and downs and everything about it. Hello to my lovely wife Amber, who's bringing me Chipotle, and I am starving, so hopefully I can get through this stream without cutting it short. Oh, I see some shots fired. Liquid Rock. Jarhead says, good man, just got pre-approval letter to start looking for house to buy. That's awesome. Now you can get even more tanks. He does like the green ones, yeah. Liquid Rock, Jarhead got a channel. He does do different things. So his channel is all kinds of stuff. I met up with him at Aquashella, and it was nice to hang out with him and check some stuff out and, feast on some nachos together. So it was a good time. My Fish Tanks Aquatics. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. And as you can see, this tank is absolutely blowing up. So I recently found an interesting shrimp in this tank, and I was sending it off to a few people like, hey, have you ever seen this before? Have you seen this shrimp? Look at this. Look at this guy. So in this tank, there's a juvenile that has blue stripes, like a blue tiger. So it looks like an orange-eyed blue tiger, but instead of black stripes, it's got blue stripes. Got 17 people in here now, so starting to chuck along and chug along. Mountain Greenery, how are you? Welcome to the stream. TJ says, yeah, those nachos were good. They weren't bad. It's considering that was one of the only things I could really eat while I was there. We had the Angry Goat or something. It was a place in Texas that was really good. I think it was called the Angry Goat. But at the Aquashella event, the only food they had was a nacho stand. I think they had hot dogs too, but hot dog would have torn me up. I couldn't do it. But they're definitely good. Proud Union soldier. Elves are majestic creatures. Nice. Welcome to the stream. Northern Tide, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Sub to both of you, Poseidon and Jarhead. Thanks, Liquid. Appreciate it. New Local Austin, how are you? He was our big winner from last stream, so he's got the package came. Couldn't talk for a second. He says, I am great. I got a package from you, buddy. I want to be a shrimper so bad. I'm glad you got it. Glad everything's good. Now you just got to get some shrimp from me. Got to set up a tank and I'll send you some shrimp. Dave Farrell, how are you? Welcome to the stream. First time here. Good to see you. Yeah, TJ just got some black rose, which he's excited about. So hopefully everything goes well. They come in nice and they look fantastic. Robert Redman, how are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Daniel Baez, how are you? Yellowstone, welcome, welcome. Liquid Rock says, Poseidon, are you familiar with Fish Fam Christmas? No, I am not. So I'm part of the Fish Fam link, but I'm not sure what Fish Fam Christmas is. It sounds fun. Sounds like a good time. I noticed the banner was cutting my face off. Not that you guys want to see this. It's all about the shrimp right here. I'll do this. Oh, it's the opposite of what I wanted. So what's Fish Fam Christmas? Haven't heard of it. But I hope you guys are all doing well. And like I said, if you are new to my channel, as this is your first time here, if you're just here for the giveaway, that is fine. No problems with that. Do me a favor, though. Hit that subscribe button. So we're on the road to 5,000 subs. That's the goal. Once we hit 5,000 subs, we're going to go ahead and do a big giveaway. So 103 more people needed for that 5,000 mark. So we're almost there. It's been chugging along about 100 a week. So I'm hoping by next week we should be getting that mark there, but we'll see how things go. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, helps me out, helps you out, and then we can start giving away some good stuff. These guys are going to town. I can't believe how many shrimp are in this tank. So this is my mixed Caridina tank. For all you shrimpers out there and all you regulars, you already know what's in this tank. But this is a mix of blue bolts, black fancy tigers, black calcio, red calcio, crystal blacks, crystal reds, orange eye blue tigers, a whole bunch of Tybes and Tang Tais, tangerine tigers, green apple, which is a Aura blue tangerine tiger cross, and all kinds of just hybrids and mixes. So this tank is a lot of fun to watch because all of the different colors and shades and patterns, and nothing looks the same. Rant over. All right, let's see. Catching up on chat. Mississippi Hippie, welcome to the stream. How are you? It's good to see everybody in here. I hope everybody is ready for Christmas and having a good Christmas break. Liquid Rock says, okay, channels donate to a big prize pool. All the Fish Fam channels that stream have Santa appear during Christmas to give away stuff. It helps spread channel names to people that are into aquatics. That's awesome. I'll have to get with Matt and see what that's all about. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, catching up on chat. Vibes Aquatic says he's lurking, or they're lurking. Don't forget to smash that like button. Definitely. Almost there. Yes, we're almost there. Rico Stan or one of the Fish Fam elves can probably explain it better, but that's the nutshell. That sounds cool. Yeah, definitely something that I may want to be a part of. I know my Christmas day is pretty full, so I don't know if I'll be able to stream that day, but if it's something that's ongoing, definitely check it out. I'm always here to help, whether that's with, free stuff or free information, whatever you guys need. All right. So it looks like we got quite a few people in here, which is always good. And this next Friday, so Friday I usually post my videos. I know I didn't post one next week, but I won't be posting another one this week. So we are taking a little bit of a break for Christmas, and hopefully I have a video out for you guys on the 30th. So I'm going to take a 2-week break just for Christmas because it has been a busy time here for us and I needed some time to myself, but I've been taking some time off from the streams and didn't want to give you guys, or I didn't want to miss another stream this week. So here we are, and we get to hang out for an hour and talk about shrimp and, give away some stuff, which is always nice. So big shout out to all of my members. You guys are awesome. And we couldn't do these giveaways without you. You guys are fantastic. So thank you to everybody who has contributed to the channel. Thank you everybody who has became a member. And big shout out to Tater Salad for the gifted subs last week. So Tater gifted about 20 subs, which was awesome. So a lot of you who are members were able to get those gifted subs. And if you don't have gifted subs turned on, go to a desktop computer, go to memberships and click gifted subs, turn that on. So that way you can get free access to anybody's channel. So if somebody in the stream decides to donate subscriptions, you guys get those, but you have to have it turned on. You have to, say that you want to do it. I'm going to fix the camera real quick because the banners at the bottom are blocking some of the shrimp, and the shrimp is the show. That's why we're all here, right? So 2 seconds while I fix that. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, that looks good enough, right? Doesn't have to be perfect, but definitely doesn't have to be perfect. But as long as you guys can see all the shrimp, that's all that matters. All right, let's see. TJ, Jarhead Entrepreneur, became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, TJ, for the Shrimp Room sponsor. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. So all of my members out there, go ahead and emoji bomb. So perks of membership cost you $1 a month. Don't have to, not necessary, but you get emojis. So this is what I strive for on the YouTube channel, is to be able to create as many emojis as I possibly can. And our 3 newest is the little baby cows and the potato. So go ahead and, do those emojis if you are a member. Let's get the chat flooded with some shrimp emojis for TJ, Jarhead Entrepreneur, newest member. That's awesome, brother. Thank you so much. And Liquid Rock says, or if someone gifts memberships, click the present and then the slider to allow gifts. Definitely. Everybody likes gifts, so it's always good. Finally got me live again. Yeah, I figured this stream was going to be good because a lot of people are out on Christmas break. Shane, welcome to the stream. You have found the cool kids, definitely. This is where all the shrimp nerds hang out. This is where the fun's at. Yellowstone with all the emojis. And if you guys would like to become a member, feel free to do so by clicking the link. Like I said, doesn't cost you anything. Liquid Rock says, I have gotten memberships in 6 different channels in the last week. It's really nice because the regulars can go in and gift these subs to folks that maybe it's their first time joining. Maybe it's they've never seen this stream before. So it's cool to be able to have that option to be able to gift the subscriptions. TJ says, I need to get me a feeding tube and dish for my shrimp before they get here. So I will say this is the only tank that I use a feeding dish in because it's the one that I stream a lot. So one thing I've noticed, though, is the substrate is a lot cleaner in this tank from where I drop the food. So normally when I drop the food in, if you look at the spots where I drop the food, you're going to see like some brown gunk on the glass, and I usually go in and I scrape it all off. But in this tank, I don't get that so much. Yellowstone says, BRB, got to get my little one. Drive safe. Crown Tail Half Moon, how are you? Welcome to the stream. All right, so does anybody have any shrimp related questions for me? How can I make your shrimping life any easier? Are you new to shrimping? Are you an experienced shrimper? Which my knowledge isn't vast. I've been doing this for 2 to 3 years now, and I'm kind of obsessed. So always striving to learn more. It looks like the food has spread out in this dish pretty evenly because they're all just chilling there. Normally when you have pellet food, they're going crazy all over for it, but it looks like they're just chilling, which is cool. So I want to start separating out more of the Thai bees and Tang Thais in this tank and adding them to the Tang Thai tank. Tang Thai tank. So that way we can get more of those genetics in there and see what happens when we start to mix a bunch of those Tang Thais, because these guys look really cool. That's where you start to see some of those tiger patterns, and that's where you can start to get like your your super fancy tigers. That's where you can start to get like your Galaxy Pintos and stuff like that. It just takes time. TJ says, I've asked my questions and I think I'm good. Excited for this batch to learn. That really is the best way to do it. Set your tank up, get the water parameters just right, and then go from there. You're going to learn a lot more from trial and error than you can from anybody else, because everybody's going to tell you, don't overfeed. Everybody's going to tell you, don't do fast water changes. Everybody's going to tell you, keep your water parameters equalized. And those are the main things. Like, don't overfeed. Make sure your water parameters are spot on, and do slow water changes, and don't do a lot of water changes. Now, those are very vague instructions. Well, how much food is too much food? How much food is not enough food? How big of a water change is too big? How big of a parameter switch is too big? So until you really kill some shrimp, you're not going to know what to do and what not to do, because each environment's different. These guys are so temperamental, and with the right research, with the right setup, you can have a higher success rate, but you're still going to go through that learning phase where you kill shrimp. You're still going to do stuff that kills shrimp. And the stressful thing is, a lot of times those things that you do is not seen right away. Your shrimp aren't going to be dead the next day. It's going to take a week. It's going to take 2 weeks before they have issues with whatever you did. So if you do too large of a water change, you're not going to see the issues right away. It may take a few days. It may take 3 or 4 days before something really happens and those shrimp die. So it's really hard to pinpoint what is killing off your shrimp. And that's why, like, I have a calendar that I write down everything that I do. So if I see a tank start to have issues, I can be like, okay, well, 5 days ago I did this, this, and this. And that's not something I would normally do. So that would lead me to believe that, that activity kind of stressed the shrimp out, or it, hurt the shrimp, which isn't good. So keeping good notes with your first shrimp tank is the way to go. Lady Rorschach, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Let's see, who else we got in here? Laura, LJ Shrimp and Snails, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Amber says, I'll be home in like 5 minutes. Get rid of your other girlfriends. You gotta leave. Like, bye. Bye, Felicia. I don't have other girlfriends. These are my other girlfriends. All my buried females. Mark Sterlison, welcome to the stream. How are you? Northern Tide. Recently got some nice cherry reds, but noticed some pom-pom looking worms on the nose of one or two. The guy I bought them off of says he hasn't seen them before. Quick Google search makes it look like Scuterelia. I have some spare fenbendazole. Should I give a light dose? So Scuterelia is one of those things that's kind of hard to get rid of. I did a dose of fenbendazole, waited 3 days, did another dose of fenbendazole, waited 3 days, and then dosed a third time and got rid of it. So in between the second and third dose, you can do a water change if you want to. It's just, it depends on the tank you have and stocking size, because fenbendazole can affect the bacteria in the tank, and it can affect if you have snails and stuff like that. So just be careful with it. Do that first dose and then kind of go from there. You may need to do a second dose, but Scuterelia is not that hard to take care of. A lot of people will do like salt baths, but I feel like the act of catching the shrimp, put it into the salt bath, and putting it back in the tank is more stressful than just dosing the whole tank. Laura says, I really like feeding tubes/dishes. Yes. So if they weren't so expensive, I would have them in all my tanks. Well, let me rephrase that. They're not expensive. You can get a feeding dish for $6 to $8. But when you have 20 tanks, $6 to $8, that's either 120 or 160 bucks just for one item. So you start to look at stuff a little bit different when you have more than one tank to put stuff in. I actually went to the dollar store and was looking at like ashtrays and like little saucers that you can get, because you could get clear bowls or like clear sauce dishes for $1 at the dollar store. It's just they don't have the same shape. So if I could find something that works good at the dollar store, that's what I'll do. But I hope that helps, Northern Tide. I actually did a video on Scuterelia. It may show up if you YouTube Scuterelia. Catching up on chat. TJ says, bye, Felicia. Laura says, salt dip removes sheds. She has more patience than I do. I say nuke the tank fenbendazole because I don't got time for all that. She's not wrong. I don't have the patience for something like that. When I read that those instructions, when I had it, I was like, you want me to what? You want me to look for, like, do you know how planted my tanks are? No, like I'm dumping chemicals in here. We'll see what happens. If not, I'm buying more shrimp. I'm not gonna hunt for molts and stuff like that. It's too tedious. But it definitely works because the molts are where the eggs lay. So if you can, get out any molts once they happen. But the goal is to, kill the Scuterelia, and then hopefully the eggs won't hatch. And if they do hatch, you'll kill those off as well. I actually don't believe I did any water changes. I wanted to keep that fenbendazole in the tank as long as possible, so that way if any more hatches, because it's not going to kill the eggs, it's just going to kill the worms that are already attached. New Local Austin says, seed shrimp, flatworms, pest snails. This did in my tank. How do I manage these pests? So a lot of that stuff is just caused by overfeeding. So you want a good amount of microflora and microfauna in a tank, but you don't want to overpower your tank with microorganisms. So if you have a lot of seed shrimp, if you have a lot of flatworms, snails, that's going to add to your bioload, and that's going to affect the overall ecosystem of the tank. But overfeeding is usually a sign when you start to see an overabundance of these things. So if you just have tons of snails, just a mass amount of snails in your tank, tons of flatworms everywhere, detritus worms, you need to cut back on feeding. If you're feeding every day, go to every other day and feed half of what you're feeding. So if you have shrimp in the or fish in the tank, they should be eating a lot of those little creatures, but the snails will repopulate just on having the amount of food in there, because the shrimp will survive. Shrimp will find stuff to eat. The nice thing is if you cut the feeding down, you'll start to see some of that stuff die off. As that stuff dies off, it's going to feed your shrimp. So you're naturally killing two birds with one stone. So you could even go like a week without feeding. Some of the stuff will start to die off, and then your shrimp will just eat that. Shrimp are scavengers. They love dead, decaying things in the bottom of the tank. They love mold. They love detritus. They love broken down plant matter. This is what they thrive on. They're bottom feeders. They're scavengers. You have a fish that dies, I give it 5 minutes, you'll have tons of shrimp all over that thing going to town. They love all that gunk. So if you have a lot of that stuff, don't feed your tank for a week. Let it just kind of balance out and see how things go. If that makes you anxious and you don't want to go a week without feeding, then feed every 3 days or so in little amounts and then see how it goes. My fish tanks, I don't feed my fish tanks. I feed them probably twice a week, and that's about it. And if I see they start to get skinny, then I'll start to feed more. But for the most part, I don't heat my tanks too high. They're at around like 75, 76, and for tropical fish, that's on the low end. So their metabolism's slower, so they don't have to eat as much. Because your goal is to create a balanced ecosystem that the fish, the shrimp, the plants, everything can thrive without having to putting a lot of input in there. If you're having to put a lot of stuff into the tank, then you don't have that balance. You don't have the right, system set up. So it's all about balance. It's all about, getting everything set up there. That was a good little rant there. Northern Tide says, fair. I've treated it with fenbendazole pre-shrimp to get rid of Hydra. Just kills off all of my detritus worms. I'll give them a dose. Yeah, fenbendazole is one of my favorite medicines to use. It's a go-to for a lot of stuff. I'm very fortunate I haven't had to use it in a while. I'll tell you a secret, and I get a lot of pushback for this. I get a lot of people who are like, that's not true. That's not how that happens. You can't get that way. So planaria, Hydra, a lot of these things that overtake a tank come in on botanicals. So once I started boiling my alder cones, once I started boiling my almond leaves, I don't have Hydra. I don't have planaria. I haven't had any issues with Hydra since I started boiling my almond leaves. And everybody I tell this to is like, no, I've been using Indian almond leaves for 15 years and I've never had Hydra in my tank. And it's not because of that. It's because of, this, and this. And I'm like, well, I started boiling my Indian almond leaves and I've never had Hydra ever since. I had Hydra before that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's the case. Decide now. Decide your fate. She can stay in here. It's fine. City, want to be on stream? Huh? Say hi, City. Go see Mom. Get out of Just close the door. She'll be fine. You're trapped in here. Northern Tide says, I try to remove the sheds too, but it's pretty dense. Yeah, that was my struggles. Was I heavily planted tank, had a hard time with it. Liquid Rock says, I have a video on mixing up goat dewormer for aquariums. Definitely. That's a good way to do it as well. That is actually a better compound than the fenbendazole from my research, because that'll help with Camellinus worms as well. And it's a more water soluble medicine. So fenbendazole is very hydrophobic, so it doesn't want to, absorb in the water, which is hard. Yeah, you chose wrong, huh? You don't want to be in here with Dad. Sucks to be you. Brandon, welcome to the stream. How are you? Mike Christopher. Let's see. Michael Jeff. Catching up on chat. Jarhead says, I was just about to ask if I should boil those. Yeah, you don't want to boil them for too long because you want the tannins. Think of it more as sterilizing. So the goal is high heat quick and then cool it down. So you don't want to sit there and, boil the heck out of them to where you're going to take all those nutrients out of the Indian almond leaves themselves, because tannins are very beneficial for bacterial infections. And when you boil the leaves too long, that's where you start to leach out all those tannins. So almost like a blanch. If you've ever blanched vegetables, same concept. You're going to do high heat, 30 seconds to a minute, real quick, and then put it in cold water or let it air dry, whatever you want to do. Sketty Nona, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Northern Tide says, that's a decent take. At the very least, it doesn't hurt for a 30-second boil. That was my thought. So that was the biggest point of contention, was the loss of tannins. And if you're just sterilizing them real quick, it's fine. And then they're going to break down faster. So the shrimp have some, readily available food, which is good too. Too coolie for schoolie, pupper. Yeah, now you're going to hear her crying because she decided to stay in here when she doesn't want to. Yeah. So Liquid Rock says, goat dewormer is fenbendazole, 10% already dissolved though. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the same medicine or if it was a different kind, but I did come across that when I was doing my research into deworming and planaria and hydra. And my biggest issue with fenbendazole is just the hydrophobic nature of it. And maybe that's where I was thinking the dewormer came in. I knew it was more water soluble. It's a harder substance to find. I know a lot of Tractor Supplies, you can get it in the refrigerated section, where fenbendazole, you just, you get Panacure C off of like Amazon, and it's a lower dosage to where it's not a full, 100% fenbendazole. Is that you? Are you making noises? Hey, what's up, man? Ruben, Shrimp Pimpin', how are you? Welcome to the stream. Jarhead says, I do that with cholla wood for my plecos. Laura says, yep, I dip everything in boiling water. Yeah. What's it going to hurt? Like, it takes 2 seconds. Even like plants that come in, I don't boil my plants, but I'll give them a quick squirt with some peroxide and then rinse them in some RO water real quick. I don't, you don't want to risk anything coming into your tank, anything hurting your shrimp or your other plants. Jarhead says, Ruben, what's good, boss? Mark says, good day, Sketty Nona. Tater. Let's see here. Oh, so we got a new command. Nobody feel obligated, but you would like to contribute to the fish room and spread the Christmas spirit, I created a wish list for the shrimp room. So there's a way to go on there and purchase things and then send it to me, which is nice. But don't, by any means, don't feel like you have to. I figured I would give people the option, and just random stuff that I decided to put in the shrimp room. I want to, so my next goal here in the shrimp room is I want to set up a airline. So a centralized airline. I've been looking at the Alita pumps, either the 60 or the 80. So that way I don't have to run as many paw flies as I have. So I have about 7 paw flies running in here, which they're good for about three 10 gallons. You can do 4 10 gallons, but I don't like to do 4. I want that strong flow because the more amount of oxygen in a shrimp tank, the better. But there's a couple central air pumps that I was looking at, and that the Alitas aren't too bad as far as price goes. The goal eventually, of course, is a Gemco, but I've only got 20 plus tanks right now. So when I set up another rack besides this one, then we can, go ahead and start looking at something bigger. But I feel like an Alita pump for now would be good. Vibes Aquatic says, don't forget to smash the like button. Definitely. Thank you. Ruben with the tater salad. So shout out to all the members. Thank you guys so much. What is happening? There we go. And big shout out to our sponsors too. So these giveaways couldn't be possible without you guys, so all the members, but also our sponsors. So the giveaway is sponsored by Shrimp Envy. So if you guys need any shrimp food, that's what you're seeing the shrimp eating in here is some Food Fight by Shrimp Envy. And the shrimp go crazy for it. So they absolutely love this stuff. And Rob and Cherie over at Shrimp Envy do a great job. They're amazing people and definitely appreciate all the support they've shown me, as well as all the support that they give to the hobby. There's tons of people who they have helped out, and definitely big shout out to them. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, Cherie, for everything you guys have done. You guys are amazing. Dave says, okay, done and back. Looks like we got Michelle in here. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Beta Aquatic says, hi, Amber. Happy holidays. Yes, happy holidays to all of you guys, too. Dee Dee, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Not sure if I said hi to you yet. Welcome. So we are probably going to... I can hold out. I was going to say we're going to have a short stream today, but I'm getting hungry. Amber got home about 5 minutes ago and she brought me food. So I was going to call it, but I'll hang out with you guys. So who has a shrimp question for me? So what do you want to know? What have you been struggling with? Are you new to shrimp? Are you an experienced shrimp keeper? How can I make your shrimp life easier? Mike says, oh, Dee Dee. Oh, Dee Dee. Let's see. Laura says, I bought some PVC last week. Eventually make a line. Yeah, that's the goal, is having a central air system. Will definitely be nice to have, because then I could add more tanks. I just have to get substrate. Tanks are cheap. Substrate, not so much. Lids I can make, or go lidless. I've got lights. I need that air pump. So got to pay off some shrimp room debts, and then we'll start upgrading again. I built all of this in 6 months, so accumulated a little bit of some bills there. But that's the next step. Jeff Kane says, are you working on Galaxy fish bones? So whatever comes out of this tank is what comes out of this tank. it can definitely be something that happens down the line, but there's nothing specific here that I'm trying to go for. So this is my coal tank. It has all of my coal shrimp in it. So it's basically a mixed Caridina tank, but there's some fancy black tigers, red calcios, blue bolts, red and black crystals, tangerine tigers, orange eye blue tigers. There's basically every single type of shrimp I have. There's at least one of them in here or had been at one time. So this tank has some interesting stuff that comes out of it. I've pulled some tank ties and some Thai bees into a separate tank and are letting them do their thing with some orange eye blue tigers. So I'm mixing a Tang Thai and Thai bee with orange eye blue tigers, which is a Caridina Marii. So we've got some hybrids with some Caridina Marii, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm curious to see, what comes out of that tank and where we can go from there. But you can see like that one right up front there definitely has some cool tiger patterns on it, and it has the makings for a galaxy tiger, which is pretty cool. Brandon says, I have a shrimp question. If I see a baby and haven't seen it for a week, can I assume it died? No. So babies like to hide, and there's times where you'll think like, oh, they must have just not made it, and they'll turn up. So don't give up hope. If you saw a baby and then haven't seen it, there's chances are there's more. They may just be hiding in like on the filter or in plants, or you'll see it again. You really don't see them moving around until they're 3 weeks old or so. Once they get to about this size is when you'll start to see them swarming on the food. You'll start to see them moving around some more. Lady Rorschach's saying hi to everybody. Let's see. Chris Aquazone, welcome to the stream. How are you? Michelle says, we love our central air system. Absolutely. I'm sure it makes things quieter and just easier. Lady says, question for you, good sir. Favorite substrate for shrimp? I'm setting up a 10-gallon that will be fully planted. I have great experience with Eco Complete, but always wanted to ask. Thank you. I have a follow-up question. So what kind of shrimp are you wanting to keep? Because if you're keeping Caridina, then you're going to want to do like a buffering substrate. But if you're keeping Neocaridina, then you don't need a buffering substrate. So if you're using Eco Complete, I'm guessing that it's probably going to be for Neocaridina, like your cherries, blue dreams, blue velvets, black rose, pumpkin shrimp, all those fun neo colors. So what kind of shrimp are you wanting to keep? Laura says, the thin poly I got does bend/warp, but I just been flipping it over during weekly water changes, so working all right. Just bend it back next week. Yeah, that's what I've been doing as well. You'll notice that it'll start to bow a little bit. Take some paper towels, some tank water, wipe the top off, whatever dust is on there, and then just flip it over. So I do the same thing. Lady says, oh, I plan to house Neocaridina shrimp, if that means anything. There you go. Yes. So Neocaridina, like I said, don't need a buffering substrate. So it's really just preference. I have used sand in the past. I've used bare bottom in the past. It all depends on what else you're trying to keep. So if you want to have a, heavily planted shrimp tank or shrimp only tank, then Eco Complete would be good, because then that clay is going to help to absorb the nutrients and your plants will have a place for food to go. So it depends on your setup, but Eco Complete is good. You can do sand. I've done a organic potting mix with the sand cap, which that tank kind of struggled. I don't recommend that. I've found that my Neo tanks with sand struggled a little bit. My bare bottom tanks did the best, just because I feel like it was easier to clean. The snails could eat all the mold and stuff that's in there, and you didn't have the buildup of gases in the substrate. So if I ever keep Neos again, I'll probably do bare bottom tanks, just because it seems to work the best. But it all depends on what you're going for. Are you going for, decoration? Is this going to be a show tank, or are you trying to breed for profit? If you're breeding for profit, then I would say go bare bottom. So Austin says, control pests with feeding. How do I control pH for Neos when I have NO, KH, and GH off the chart? Was that also a result of my overfeeding? So KH and GH is your water's hardness. So that's your calcium, your carbonate hardness, and your general hardness, which is affected by your pH as well as the amount of bicarbonates in the water. So Neocaridina like anywhere from 4 to 6 GH and then 1 to 4 KH. So not too hard, but also not soft water. Excuse me. So those won't change by overfeeding. They'll change if you're not doing water changes and topping off with tap water. So if you're just topping the tank off without doing water changes, you're evaporating water, adding tap water, evaporating water, adding tap water, basically adding more minerals to the tank. So you always want to top off with RO, but regular water changes will get rid of the NO, KH, and keep your GH stable. My rambling was getting to me. All right, let's go ahead and do this giveaway. I'll do a quick search in the chat and make sure that there's no questions that I missed. Black blasting sand for Neos. Yep, you could do that. Just make sure it's clean because it does have petroleum in it sometimes. Liquid rock, tap is low, KH high, GH after setting 24 hours. This tank right here, this tank is liquid rock. So that's my Neo tank. And it, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but it has over 1400 TDS. The GH and KH are over 20 plus. So Neos will adapt to anything. It's just a matter of getting them there. So you may lose some in the process, but eventually they'll adapt to that hardness. Lady says, pretty sure it'll be a Neo species only tank. May add a few ram swarms and relocate if they get too densely populated. If you want to have a nice planted tank, then yeah, do some eco complete. Otherwise, I'd say go bare bottom. Should be fine, Brandon. 62 is a little low, but they can handle it. If you could heat the room, that'd be better. Baba Shrimp, how are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Lady Rorschach says, thank you so much for all the feedback. This will be my first shrimp tank, and I'm so excited at the prospect. I'm excited for you. Keep us updated. That's awesome. All right, let's do this giveaway. So today we are going to do, in honor of Shrimp Envy and our sponsors, let's do this. Presenting, share screen, window, Chrome tab, giveaway. Da, 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 da. So we are going to be doing hashtag food fight. So go ahead, type hashtag food fight in the comments so that way we can get this giveaway underway and somebody could win some free stuff. Hey, Rob, how are you? Just in time. So there's Rob over at Shrimp Envy. His ears were burning. So that's all right, Rob. You got to get that hustle going. So we are doing hashtag food fight in honor of Shrimp Envy and all of the lovely stuff that they have assisted with in this giveaway. So if you would like to, get some food, babe, you can't join. If you would like to get some food from Robin Tree over at Shrimp Envy, go check out their page. And I think I have a command Envy, so you can get some of their shrimp food, which is amazing stuff. The shrimp absolutely love it. They go to town for it. So this is a US only giveaway. So if you are out of the US, please just let me know so we can re-roll it. But feel free to enter if you want to, just for the fun of it. It's all good. Mark says, food fight playing for Lady R. Sounds good. Hey, Matt, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Must have been lurking. Didn't see you earlier. So I will give you guys a few more minutes to, get this underway. Get your votes in so that way we can do this drawing. There's 43 of you in here. We have 25 entries. So hashtag food fight. You can enter multiple times, but it doesn't do any good. So if you feel like you may have typed it wrong, go ahead and enter again. It's all good. Amber says, wife discrimination. No, you can't win free stuff from my own channel. I'm sorry. It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. Lady, you're in Canada, correct? If I remember correctly. Laura says, stupid mice ate half of my expensive shrimp food last week. Oh, that's awful. Just have to get more. Yeah, so before I do the giveaway, do me a favor. If you aren't already, subscribe to my channel and go hit the like button on this stream. So do that real quick. When I started the stream, we only needed 103 more subscribers to our big giveaway of 5,000. So the whole point of these giveaways is to hit that 5,000 mark. So that is the goal, is hit 5,000 subscribers. So that way we can do this big giveaway for you guys. And, just my way of saying thank you for the 5,000, milestone, because that's a huge accomplishment with YouTube. If any of you know the YouTube grind, it is not an easy accomplishment to get to 5,000. It's huge. So definitely appreciate all of you guys and everything you've done for me. But go ahead, subscribe to that channel. 103 people is what we had before. So hopefully we can get past that. Laura, you are too kind. Thank you so much. So Laura gifted 5 memberships for you guys. Thank you, Laura. You're too nice. So it looks like My Fish Tank Aquatics was gifted a membership. Mississippi Hippie Fishies, Dave Farrell, Skull Aquatics. Beta Aquatic says, Poseidon's Pets, Amber Husiak is playing for me. Wink, wink. Laura, you're awesome. Thank you for the gifted memberships. You're too kind. So as long as the memberships we got last week stick, that means we only need 5 more memberships to the new emoji. Our newest emoji was the potato from Potato Salad. But big shout out, big emoji bomb for all those new members. So thank you so much, Laura. Members out there, go ahead and do an emoji bomb real quick, and then we'll do this drawing. Come on. Where is it at? No. Bigger. There we go. There we go. That's bigger. Now we're bigger. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? We got 26 entries. Last chance. Few more minutes. Go ahead and roll it. Yes. Jeff Kane says, don't forget to turn on the ability to receive memberships. Absolutely. All right. You guys ready? You ready for this? Are we ready? Should we do drum roll? I think we're ready. Let's go ahead. And who's the big winner? Come on. Big money, no whammies. I thought it was going to be my wife for a second. Liquid Rock Aquatics. There we go. So congratulations, Liquid Rock. If you are in the U.S., go ahead and email me your contact information. My dog is losing her mind, wants to get out of the room. So congratulations, Liquid. Definitely appreciate it. You are the big winner for the day. Oh, I didn't even tell you what you were winning. All right, let's see. So we've got our grab bag of stuff. What we've got here. So we'll go ahead. What do we got? All right, so we got some Montmorillonite clay. So this is a great additive for any tank. It is Montmorillonite clay, and it adds essential trace elements that help create a stable environment and improve water clarity by removing heavy metals and toxins in the water column. So this is a great addition to any fish tank, a great addition to any shrimp tank as well. So this helps with the shrimp, just helping them to be overall healthier. And from my understanding, my research, what I've heard is it's good for their immune systems. It's good for shell strength and quality. So definitely a good win there. So congrats on the win. He says, once I don't have grease over my hands, I will shoot you an email. Sounds good, man. Well, definitely exciting. Congrats to you. And we still have a few more items for the giveaway. Still have a little bit to that road to 5,000. Let's see if we can get a live, pick of, let's see here. What do I have? How many subs do I have now? That's what I was getting at. So it says 4.9K. It doesn't give me an exact number, but that's okay. We broke the 4,900 mark, so we still need 100 to go. I got 4,905. So 95 more people to sub for that big giveaway. So almost there. But if you guys know anything about YouTube, what happens now is Papa Shrimp is starting his live stream. So we will go ahead and end this so that way we can go over to Papa Shrimp stream, which looks like he just ended his now. So I'm going to pull up his stream. I'll post a link and we'll go over there. Once he's ready. I think we're a little early. It's 3 minutes too soon. I got Chipotle waiting for me. It's time to eat some Chipotle, but I'll post the link and we'll go ahead and jump over there and just say hashtag Poseidon's Pet. So if you guys would like to keep the shrimp talk going and would like to hang out and talk about shrimp and more shrimpy things, feel free to jump over to his stream and we'll go ahead and raid his stream. But thank you guys so much for coming in here. Thank you so much for all your support, all the new members, Laura, LJ, Shrimpies. Thank you for the gifted subs. You're amazing. Shout out to Robin, Cherie, our sponsors for the giveaway. Couldn't have done it without you. And once we hit that 5,000 mark, I will get some stuff together so we can do that bigger giveaway. But thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. 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 Bye.